Oh,
The halfling will like kind of look around and just like in amazement be like, "Where the bloody hell did you guys all come from? What is going on?" I mean, thanks. Don't get me wrong. Thanks for the help. Does anyone know how to like fix a wagon? I think the wheel seemed to have cracked a little bit when the donkey reared back. Can anybody help me with that? Hello, you guys?
I just flip it off.
Sorry, what was that?
I flip it off.
You're not there.
I know.
He's looking around. There's this dragon monster thing. Are you a lizard man? What is going on there?
If anyone else can fix the wheel, I can certainly help lift it.
I can't. I don't have that proficiency.
I don't have any form of survival training.
I mean, anybody can like try to. You can try to do anything.
I'll try to fix it then.
No, I'll try to fix it. That's my route out of it. So I can certainly go and lift up.
All right. Why don't Ace, you try to do a, what should we call this? What should we call this check? Or we'll go up to the wagon and Zam will help him out. So we'll give you advantage on the roll.
All right. So
I
I get an
just
advantage
wander
roll.
up here.
All right. And what do I do? Which check?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
I would say survival, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with survival. Where is the other? There we go. There
I
we
can't
go.
hear your
Got all
my
that
sister, I'm
set up
sorry.
again. So do a survival check.
Which
Try
check?
to
Sorry.
fix the wheel. Survival with advantage. What do we get? What do we get? A 10?
Yeah.
It's pretty tough. It takes you a hot second here. And Mark, give a strength check to see how well you're doing holding up this wagon as things go by.
Oh, that was so close.
It looks like that's a strength save, but actually no, that's good. That's kind of what I wanted, anyways. So like Grull, you look over and you can see this dragonborn, and it's holding up the wagon pretty good, but it looks like you can see the sweat on his brow a little bit, and you're kind of like, he's gonna drop it on the dwarf in a second here. It's gonna drop.
Gonna become mashed potatoes.
I was about to say that. Yes.
I work all the way over there then.
All right, so yeah, with your give a strength save as well, just as you get there, just in time to try to give a hand. All right, I was going for 15, so good, saved it. With your skills combined, you grab it just in time and lift the wagon up. You kind of give each other a look, like, all right, cool. We're the bruisers. But Lossel, you want to be doing anything at this point? You've got your bear parts and such kind of gathered up. You throw them in your backpack. There's goblin guts everywhere, but it looks like they've all been looted.
I just wander up and be like, "What you doing?"
Who are you talking to?
Everybody. If anybody wants to answer.
I think Mark is struggling too much, and as is Rocky.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I guess they're all a little bit busy, but
So either
What
the
a scowl
half-orc,
setter.
either the half-orc, donkey, or halfling will talk.
yeah, the halfling will be like, we're just fixing up the cart, and then we'll be heading on into the village nearby. What are you doing? What are you doing around these parts? Doesn't look like your native land, if you know what I mean.
Know that I'm a half-elf, drow.
He's not that drunk. I mean, he can see you, so he can see. People generally know what drows are, and you can tell that he's a little bit eerie. He's friendly, but he's kind of keeping his eye on you around his wagon and his stuff. Especially as you're like trying to talk to the donkey. He's like, "Hey, that's my donkey. Don't you mess with my donkey."
I just crouched down to be on his eye level. Be that kind of dick,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Aren't you a little too small to be drinking?
He says, "I'll have you know, I brew my own ale, and it's the finest ale. And if you ever want to have a sip, better show me a little bit more respect, there, sir, ma'am, sir." He's just joking with you, though. He could tell you're a lady.
Toss him a 2 silver, and I'll take you up on the offer.
I mean, all right, fine. He'll go to the back of the cart as you guys kind of finish it up and drop it back. And he's like, thank you guys so much. I couldn't have done it without you. I mean, how many goblins was that? 5, 6? I would have been dead.
Don't forget the fare.
And he'll pull out just like a 6-pack and kind of pass out a bottle to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's on the house, guys. It's my own brew. Green bottle ale.
I just chug it in one swig.
Sweet. It's pretty good. It's really, really tasty. It looks like he's got a decent homebrew recipe. He'll start talking about, it's my own family recipe. It's the only thing I have left of the place I came from. And he'll like kind
You got
of
another?
doze off a little bit. Yeah, he'll throw you another one. He's like, I usually charge about a silver each, so there you go. You've earned
I
yourself.
chug it again.
All right, great. He's like, well, there's more where that came from.
Sip it and savor the flavour.
Sorry?
So,
You'll sip it, savor? All right,
Sip it slowly and savor the flavour.
perfect.
I chug my
I jump off the
Right.
bridge.
injection.
I jump off the bridge into the water so I can wash off.
What, all the poo, the blood and honey.
It's probably a
I
good
mean,
call.
that's a wonderful mix that you've got there.
Yeah.
I was starting to wonder what that smell was, actually, but this is good. I was gonna say if you fellows
I'll point
were
out to Rocco that he's still got part of the fish sticking out of his teeth.
Just kind of scowls and looks. He always looks like he's on the verge of hating somebody.
I guess if you guys all wanna jump on it, if you need a ride to the village or anything, drinks are on me all night. If you wanna come along, I'm just gonna stay at the tavern that's up in the next village for the night before heading on. I got to get this fine dragon man to I guess, where are you going? The nearby area? You need to look for some kind of, I forget what you said. It's been a rough morning.
I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'll know it when I find it.
Fair enough. I mean, that's kind of a good way to live your life. Every day is a new day, and maybe a new adventure awaits you. But yeah, I owe you all a fair amount, so if you want to come along, I'll even put you up for the night. You could probably rent out the whole place. Kind of a shady bar, but you guys don't look like the most upright citizens. And like looking over you, like just a random
Especially
ragtag
at the drow,
assortment.
Especially at the drow just pointing at herself.
Yeah, just like looking
Actually,
around.
there's also me with my bad rep.
I toss him another silver and I take another swig. Just chug.
All right, don't run me out already. I mean, I'm charging you like at cost. I need to make my payment when I get to the place. So yeah,
Aren't I paying you?
that's what I'm saying. You're paying me at cost because kind of save my skin, but
Profit.
I gotta make some money later on when I sell this to
Make a
the
profit stuff.
taverns along the road.
By the
So-
way, those were silvers that I just got from the goblin. Okay, so off to town, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, jump on if you're coming. You coming, Orc? I mean,
Yeah. I'm the-
Refuse.
it's a soft bed. Maybe you're not used to it, but it might be nice. It might be nice for a change.
Yeah, he jumps up on it.
I have a really quick question.
300 pounds.
Is that orc on like the bottom right? Is that dead or just downed?
Which,
That was the one. This one here. That one. Yeah.
yeah, he's down.
That was the one that blasted. He just didn't get a cross on him.
I couldn't get the thing to work, but I got him now.
He's dead now.
They're all dead. They're all dead, you guys. And you earned so much XP. Good job.
There is one slightly above, but that's all soup. So I took care of that.
Yeah, the bear dragged one off. So it was
Yeah.
like 5 of them? Yeah, nicely done.
Did I kill the bear?
Yep.
Oh,
Also
okay.
killed the bear.
But I reap the rewards.
Yeah, fair enough.
You
I
reap
just
the
took
rewards. Yeah, I'm not like actually calculating XP in any sort of like actual
Oh, yeah.
calculations way. It's more of like I will just decide when you level up as a group.
Event leveling.
Yeah, I don't want anybody like getting like all the goods or whatever, you know what I mean? Just,
Also,
it works better
Mark,
for balance and storytelling, I think.
Mark, did
Yep.
you draw this single line?
Oh yeah, I couldn't work out how to get rid of it.
Select it and then delete. Yeah, so you guys head off, jump back on the wagon, and start heading into the nearest town. It's a small little village, kind of off the beaten path, but come nightfall, you guys start pulling in. And there's only a few buildings, one of them being this tavern. So this, on your way to the inn, is a short rest. If you so wish to roll a hit die,
Which I
and
am.
regain
Wait,
strength,
no.
regain some hit points.
I think they were gonna probably sleep at a tavern. So,
Yeah, as
Go
you're
ahead.
getting there, it's like evening, nighttime, so you've got like a few hours before bedtime
Where-
happens.
Where would my hit die be? Oh, there.
it's just hit dice. Hey, look.
Boom! What a
Oh.
crit! What a crit, dude!
How do you roll hit dice?
It's under temporary hit points next to your death saves.
You haven't lost any hit points though, have you? Nope.
Maybe. I don't think I have.
Oh yeah, that was right. D12.
So I'm back
So
to
you didn't need to do that if you haven't lost any hit points. I don't remember if you did or not. Did you get hit?
I didn't. No, I just murdered everything that I attacked.
Right. Yeah, goblins. I mean,
which was one thing.
Pretty good.
Technically,
pretty good
No, I
rolls
killed
though.
2 things.
Mark is the only one who killed 2 things.
No, I killed 2 things.
Yeah,
Did
you?
you?
You got the last
I
hit on
cleared
the
one
last guy.
goblin, and then I got
Oh.
I killed 2
the goblin
things.
that was next to you.
We'll get it. There were 6, 2, 4, 5. 5?
Jason Mark killed 2 things.
You did the most damage on that bear though, honestly. Mark just finished it off.
Yeah.
Like that first stab was like more than half of its hit points. With sneak attack. Anyways, so you guys are sorted with your hit points. You're all good.
I'm back to full. I'm fine.
Perfect.
I'm at
Yeah.
8.
All
I
right,
didn't take any damage, so.
perfect.
Bonnie, be nice.
Like, nobody questioned how the half-orc just appeared out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, yeah, you guys could have conversations on the way. Like, yeah, let's. Yeah, you're all sitting here, kind of staring at each other, looking at this ragtag bunch, and that just like kind of formed into a crew on the road, and none of you look particularly comfortable, except the halfling's just like kind of he's got his energy back a little bit, like the adrenaline had kicked in during that, and he's just like yammering away, talking about this and that. His adventures.
I'm actually just reading my book with a slight buzz.
Certainly.
I'm watching the magic users warily.
Nice. A little distrust.
Yeah.
The halfling's talking to Hut Hut about Het. Sorry. Grull
name right?
Het.
Wolf's
Not
Line.
Grellin Hut Hut. Okay. I'll get it. Hey, he's just chatting about like last night, man, that was such a blast, man. We got totally wrecked, and he's just telling you stories about like stuff you did and you don't remember like any of it. He's just going on and on and on. You like kind of remember meeting him and hanging out with him a bit, but like having a couple drinks, but you're like, how did we become best friends? I don't. Who is this guy?
After an hour of just listening to them yapping, more specifically the halfling yapping, I throw my book at him and quickly grab it.
Just like hit him with the book.
Yeah,
Book sounds okay.
you have to roll.
Nah, it's pretty easy to hit. And he like kind of turns around and is like, "What? What? Who did? What was that? What was that?"
And I go back to reading.
No one says anything. It's just like, must have been the wind or something. I don't know. Okay. And just like kind of like he kind of gets a little more quiet after that.
I kind of glare at her a little bit. I glare at everybody.
Who's the one glaring?
I am.
I can't
Which
really.
Grull,
Girl.
East.
the half orc. I suppose you guys introduce each other, or do you not even do
Yeah.
that, or do you just still
Yeah.
call each other by your race?
I'm just a drow.
You don't introduce yourself to anybody?
No. While I'm holding my book, my right hand is holding onto the back cover, so it just looks like a middle finger.
Okay.
Yep. And that's pretty much me. In my corner. Everybody else? Nothing?
I just seem to be stewing about things. Like life bothers me.
Life bothers you.
Yeah.
And
So say we all.
half orc.
That is the half orc.
I've never heard you guys before, so voice dissimulation is gonna take some time.
It helps to keep Discord open so you can see whose head lights up when they talk.
That's a good point.
Sure. Yeah. And
All right, after a long, awkward ride into town,
Yeah.
y'all finally get to the village. And as you come in there, it's pretty small. There's a couple people walking around, though. There's a guy, looks like maybe a farmer, kind of walking a goat down the street. He, stares up at you, just, kind of unbelieving, looking at you like, what is rolling into town today? But tucked in the northeast corner of the colony, there's a long, low building of fieldstone and blackened timbers. Outside the front door, a burnt wooden sign hanging over the entrance depicts a mug engulfed in flames. A blue glow and raucous laughter emanates from inside, and a stern-faced, muscular half-orc stands guard by the entrance, kind of like a bouncer. And the halfling says, "All right, we're here. We finally made it, boys. The Fiery Grog Tavern. Drinks are on me." And he just kind of heads in. You see him go, "Evening, Guglug," and the half-orc nods at him as he walks in. And as the door opens and closes, you hear people laughing, yelling. You hear things clunking together, smashing. You hear music from the inside as well, and seems like a good time. He just kind of leaves the donkey there, he just throws a rope that's kind of around his neck, onto a pole, and it just, without looking, he just hits it and kind of loosely ties itself up. But you know that donkey's not going anywhere.
Okay. I step off the cart and
It lifts a few inches off.
there's a troll on there. So half horse as well.
300 pounds.
I suppose technically I'm about halfway. I'm wondering.
Just as you get to the door, Guglug will stop you and he'll just say really low, just warns you, no trouble, no fighting anybody with weapons or spells. If you want to fight, use your fists or take it outside. No killing anybody. We've had enough trouble with that lately. And
Just kind of look at him.
I go inside and
Nod.
find someone to play cards with.
all right. And the Rocco, you said you kind of like eye him up a little bit. He's about the same
Yeah.
size as you. But
Yeah, just kind of look at him and nod.
all right, he'll give you a nod too. He's like, "You heard what I said. Fist, fist, right? Only fists.
Right.
All right. Like you can head in." And
I
the
keep my eye-
other
I
two
keep my-
outside.
I'm waiting for everybody to leave.
So like,
I'll put my eye on the door. Let's
Ace,
see what come in.
what are you doing?
I agree and go in.
All right, you're outside alone there. Urshai.
I quickly rummage through my disguise kit and make myself look more like a normal elf rather than a girl.
The orc is just watching you like put on makeup and like put on a wig and like it's like what are you doing?
So do you have to roll a roll proficiency or something?
Yeah, we'll see how good this disguise is. Oh damn.
Okay.
He actually like kind of is like looking at your back as he's like, "What are you doing?" You turn around, he's like, "Whoa, oh, well, okay." I guess you don't want to be seen as a drow, right? Makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You're not gonna fuck around in there, are you? You're gonna be good. You're not gonna.
Who's talking, by the way?
The bouncer, Guglug. You heard his name was, or maybe you didn't.
Okay.
Or half orc bouncer that just watched you put on a disguise.
Okay, yeah. One more thing. I make sure that the donkey's securely tied to the post.
All right. Yeah. Now you tie him up a little bit more. He kind of just stares at you as you do it.
Are you coming inside?
And then, yeah, I wander inside.
Can I roll? Yeah.
Here, let me describe the inside first.
I was going to say, no. As the drow walks in, can I cast Mage Hand to just pinch the backside of the bouncer?
Did you take Mage Hand?
I think I did.
I think you only have 2 spell slots, so I don't know what you actually decided to take.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, we had that. I forgot. No, I didn't. That was you're a
Yeah,
good
I think
point.
you have the other 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's there for later. Damn.
Well, like as you poke your head out and ask if they're coming, you see like a totally different elf, like tying up the donkey, like kind of tying it up and heading towards the door.
Okay.
And it just looks like
You have no idea.
just
Nobody
looks like an
knows
elf.
Besides the half-orc that's bouncer knows who I am.
And you're like, kind of like, if you were trying to talk to Urshire, you're just like, they're not there and this other elf is. So I guess roll an intelligence check to see if you can put 2 and 2 together, although
I mean, it would be perception.
intelligence,
but you
I
could roll
said.
Intelligence. You could roll intelligence.
Yeah, I'm a dungeon master right now.
Dungeon Master gets to choose.
I take 10 damage and I'm dead.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
This elf just falls over dead. Who knew? It's a skill. It's just a skill.
Yeah, I'll try. Where's perception?
Yeah, I think
yeah,
so.
I've got
Or
no
an-
benefit on either of them. I was just trying to see which one I'd do best in, but
right.
I'll go with perception.
Yeah, I guess perception or wait, maybe.
No, not investigation. What's the last one? Insight. No, it's different.
I guess I was just thinking just a straight intelligence
Yeah, no, it's intelligence. Let's go for it.
should be your saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just click the actual name over the modifier, right?
And Urshire, let's just have you roll deception. Like your disguise is spot
With
on.
advantage.
Your disguise is spot on, so yeah, we're gonna give you advantage.
Yeah.
Deception, right?
Yeah. So that's versus Mark's 18. So like Mark, like yeah, it's if you weren't, yeah. If you didn't have it together, you wouldn't catch it. But you're like, it's gotta be. Like you're not sure,
Yeah.
but are you? Yeah, you're not sure, but you can assume, maybe safely, that that's them. It's something
Yeah.
about just like that smirk that's on their stupid face. You just know. You just know.
And And the fact that she's flipping off everyone in the bar.
Yeah, that's fair too.
I don't have any middle fingers. Nope. No middle fingers.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Okay, so yeah, you guys head in.
Yeah, I heard it.
The tavern is packed, nearly full capacity. There are tons of people everywhere. It's loud. Drunken harbor workers, mercenaries, and sailors have taken spots along the long bar counter that runs across the eastern wall or sit by the many wooden tables scattered around the scratched flagstone floor. Alcoves carved into the western wall offer booths with weathered purple curtains for visual privacy if you're looking for a little bit of a hidden thing.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Y'all are whoops. Oh jeez. Let me just do this. Get to the map layer. There we go. Okay. Hit that mic. Do it.
Sorry, it was the cat. She's on my chest and she's like,
Goddamn.
stop it.
Goddamn cats. So you guys are all heading in the front door, which is like right here. Many eyes are turned towards this right here, which is a large water tank in the center of the tap room, where a female merfolk gracefully ribbon dances in illuminated water. The blue light around the tavern fills the room, emanating from drift globes that softly float along the ceiling, which is covered by a vast painting depicting a small fishing village racked by a terrible storm and strange alien creatures rising from the water. If you look over to the east side there, where the halfling sits, is back to you on the bar. You see him hopping up onto a stool, and he kind of like pointing over to you, over his shoulder as you guys walk in. He's talking to a long mustache gnome, chatting up all the people at the bar, kind of like busily going back and forth, handing out just flaming mugs of liquid. Two signs are hung up behind him, and the mermaid is dancing in the water. And you can also see off to the other side, kind of at a back table, just at the very top. We'll say over here.
You do realize there's still a bridge that we can see.
Yeah.
Oh, did I not move you guys? Yeah, I'm really bad at roll 20 so far.
We're still in the
Shoot.
middle
Oh, you guys didn't see this either. I was over here for a while. Now I'm over here. Okay, there you go.
Nope, didn't see that.
Hey.
Well, that's fine. That's why I'm recording.
So where are the clothes boots, by the way?
So this is where the mermaid is dancing in here. There.
Oh, okay. I see.
I'm over here.
This is the bar over here where the gnome is back behind the bar. He's talking to your buddy over here. And this is the table up here is where you see this thin, wiry woman who is kind of sitting like her arms folded, leaning back on a chair, while in front of her this spectral hand is held up, arm wrestling versus this big, well, not big for a dwarf, but burly, red-haired dwarf who looks like he's really struggling to like fight against this mage hand.